Good morning. Okay, so I get up at 4:45. Because I'm doing an hour-long program, I really just need that extra time in the morning. But when I'm doing a shorter program, I get up at 5. So I'm up now. My whole house is asleep. But I am going to bust out a workout because for me, that's the best way to start my day. And I really love a little bit of me time, and checking something off my list first thing is so empowering. Here I go. Okay, so workout is done. My house is still sleeping. So I usually take a couple minutes now. I will check in with all my groups, show them a sweaty selfie, give them a tip to keep in mind for today, and see if anyone had any questions. I don't always go into my inbox at this time. Sometimes I save that for lunch, but it kind of depends how I'm doing on timing. This is also my chance to cool down and catch my breath, because I know that we're about to start the crazy morning routine so we can get out of this house. So what that looks like for me is I will have a cup of tea, I will have a shower, I will have my shake, I will have breakfast, and I will get my butt out the door. So it's almost go time. I'm going to check in on my groups. Okay, we all made it out of the house on time and alive. That's a win to start the day. So I have about a 20-minute commute to work. So I'll usually listen to some personal development. Sometimes I listen to music just because it's what I'm in the mood for. But for me, that 20-minute commute to or from work is a great time to listen to some PD. I find it helps with my business life as well, because it's increasing my overall business sense, my marketing sense, and of course my mindset. So I'll usually listen to some of that, or I'll catch up on team calls, or I'll just have a little dance party in my car on the way to work. And I always leave the house with my shake, and I'll usually sip that on the way to work, or if I'm still full from breakfast, I'll save it and have it as a snack later. So that's kind of how I make the most of my car time with that 20-minute commute, is I just maximize time. And again, I do that because then it frees up time in the evenings to be with my loved ones. Hey, here I am in my office. So normally what I do is I dedicate about 2, maybe 3 lunch hours each week to working on my business. So every day I usually at least check in with my challenge groups and make sure there's no questions that need answers right away. But then on 2 or 3 of the other lunch hours, I will dedicate some time to helping grow my business. Sometimes I'm programming posts, or I'm brainstorming, I'm doing one-on-ones with some coaches, I'm lining up some training, that sort of thing. Today was a bit special because we actually had a leadership call, so it was perfect. I put the Zoom call on my phone, I listened, I ate a little bit while I tuned in. And you know what? It's great for me because what this does is it frees up my evenings. So I spend some dedicated time at lunch. It's very focused. I know exactly what I'm doing when I sit down to do it. And for me, it's 45 minutes well spent. Frees up time on the other end so that tonight I have more time with my family, or just more time to relax and be lazy. So that's how I kind of keep things working through the busy work week, is I just make sure I set the time aside, and it's very, very helpful for me. Okay, so normally I would leave work around 4:30, and I would go pick the kids up. So 2 different pickups for them. I head home and we get into the dinner routine. But tonight was a little bit different. I was bringing on the self-care and getting my hair taken care of. It was much needed. So I checked in with my challenge groups while my hair was setting, and scheduled a couple Facebook posts, and of course relaxed and enjoyed a few gossipy magazines. So all in all, a pretty good night so far. It's around 6 o'clock now, and I'm gonna head home. Okay, so once I get home from work, it's full on family time. So I just, finish whipping up dinner. Usually we have it all prepped to go, or it's in the slow cooker, but we sit down as a family, we eat dinner, and then we play. We usually try to read some books, get outside and play, watch the odd show, that kind of thing. And my phone is tucked away, except for taking food pictures, until my littles go to bed. So once the kids go to bed, my typical routine is that I grab a cup of hot tea, and I will come check my messages really quick, just kind of share what I ate with my group, check in with my challengers, see if they had any questions, and then the phone gets put away again while I spend some time with hubby. then usually what happens is my hubby has some work he needs to do because he runs his own business. And at that point, I'll hop back on my phone, check in with my challengers one last time for the night, set up some posts, check on all my other messages, send out some invites, and that sort of thing. Usually about 30 minutes, sometimes up to an hour. So my day is definitely tailored around little pockets of time. So I'm grabbing 15 minutes here and there, 30 minutes here and there, and making my business work that way. Now, I do have a couple nights a week where my husband is either playing basketball or he's tied up with work, and I will dedicate more time to my business on those nights. But as you can see, I'm in my room right now. I'm in my cozies. And this is kind of what my typical night looks like. Once the kids go to bed, I just get comfy. I enjoy some quiet time with hubby because that's really important to me. And then I get down to business for a little bit. And then I try to go to bed. Try is the key word. I tend to be a bit of a night owl lately, but I try to crash around 10 because the morning comes quickly. So anyway, there it is. There's my day in a nutshell. No 2 days really look the same, but for the most part, the structure is somewhat similar. Okay, good night.